The wedding evening is coming. Dyer is worried and wants it to be over as soon as possible. Meanwhile, Seyran is cleaning the house to distract himself. Suddenly, Seyran called her, and he said that he had one last request before leaving the country. He asks to see you one last time and have dinner together. He also says that it is necessary to complete everything with dignity in their style. Seyran agrees and asks to send her the address. Ayla suspected something was wrong with her son's behavior. Hugging his mother and saying that he had never been so happy, Seyran went into the house and put a farewell letter under his pillow. Norton had to go to that house and pick up her things. "I'm not worried that my mom is gone for a long time." Meanwhile, Orkin handed over Norton to the police. In order to relieve tension, Ferit asks Dyer where they will go on their honeymoon. Dyer says there is a lot of work right now. And Ferit jokes that he was not on his honeymoon for the third time. While everyone is waiting for the registrar, Ifokit asks Ferit to talk. She asks about the business with Abidin. Ferit says he doesn't care about him, especially on a day like this. Meanwhile, Abidin tells Suna that the wedding cannot be without a witness, and he will disturb their peace. Seyran arrives at the address sent by Seyran. Having met her, he kindly invites her to the table. While serving Seyran a plate full of pasta, Seyran says that she will miss him because he cooks. Seyran said she would miss him too. But Seyran says she won't miss him anymore because they won't break up. Meanwhile, Ferit, after waiting for the registrar, goes down with Dyer. He feels uneasy. It's all from excitement. He explains his condition to Dyer. Ayla finds Seyran's farewell letter under her pillow. And Seyran asks Seyran what his words mean. Sen explains this by saying that they are friends with him. He says he can't lose this friendship. And she asks to finally eat as she loves. Meanwhile, Ayla is reading a farewell letter from her son. He writes that if not here, then his beloved will be with him there, and asks his mother to forgive him. Before the ceremony begins, Ifokit suddenly announces that Abidin is at the gate, and he is arguing with the guards. Ferit says Dyer that he will send it quickly and come back. Ferit goes out to Abidin, and he says that he called him himself. Ferit notes that this was before he declined his offer. Ferit asked to show respect for his wedding and leave. Meanwhile, Ilyas comes out of the mansion onto the street. And he asks his son-in-law, "Who is this?" Abidin says he will tell you everything about this poor family, who they want to be related to. Suddenly Kezel called Abidin and told him about Seyran's farewell letter, which Seyran was going to take with him. Abidin tells Ferit everything, and he gets very excited in front of everyone. He demands Abidin to look at the navigation as soon as possible. Dyer takes his hand, but Ferit says he has to go. Finally, Abidin finds Seyran by navigation in a country house. Meanwhile, Seyran tells Sinan that she is happy with this perception of her decision. And suddenly Sinan changes the tone of the conversation and claims that she ruined 2 years in 2 months. Seyran says that she made this decision only out of respect for him. Next, Sinan reveals his insidious plan and continues to eat. Seyran's vision blurred. Meanwhile, Abidin and Ferit rushed to Sinan's country house. After seeing the call from Abidin, Sinan tells Seyran that the cowboys are already on their way to rescue her if, of course, they find her. Seyran asks what he added to the past. But Sinan replies that chefs never reveal their secrets. Seyran called Ferit, but she couldn't get to the phone. Sinan took Seyran's phone and dropped the call. And he said that her hero was already on his way. Ferit is panicking a lot at the wheel. Abidin asks him to come to his senses and says that he is next to him. Meanwhile, Seyran asks Alaf to help her. Ferit and Abidin finally arrive at the place. They're trying to get inside. Meanwhile, Sinan tells Seyran that no one will help her anymore because it's too late. Seyran wonders how happy he and Ferit are together. Finally, Ferit burst into the house. But Seyran and Sinan weren't there. Abidin, after talking to the guard, realizes that Sinan has insured himself and is in another place. Ferit shouted that in these 2 years he had not forgotten about Seyran.